Howdy ho, folks. So, update. PPG-Guard. Guess what just came in the mail? No, it's not the pistol. However, it's the other very important part of the system. If you don't have this, well, let me put it this way. No matter how many times the gun goes bang, all it's going to do is be scary, not important and useful. So, without further ado, I am slicing his biatch open, and we're going to see what's inside. Yee. Looky what I see. Oh man, you guys, whatever disinfectant y'all are using over there at USPS, man, whew, smells like fucking formaldehyde. Whoa, good lord. I mean, don't get me wrong, everybody should have a little bit of fun and have some sherm, but damn, son. Whoa. That's enough to cause you to go a little bit loopy. Whatevs. So, man, that shit stink. Empty box. What do we have that's out of the empty box? Don't know what kind of disinfectant y'all are using, like I said, but damn, son, it stank. It's all good, don't get me wrong. I'm glad you're using a disinfectant when you're shipping out shit, but guys, they're pellets. They're, AIRGUN slugs. It's not like, they're gonna be any less lethal. Oy. Love you guys, though. You guys are awesome. You do, like, the hardest shit to try and make it so that, we're on the same page. So, Nielsen Specialty Ammo has sent me some samplers. Okay? These are the slugs we'll be using to test the 25 caliber PPG-Guard. They are 26 grain. I know it's backwards to y'all, but bear with me, alright? I mean, I've seen this myself, so I know how these kind of look, but okay. Size 249. 25 caliber. Grain weight 26.8. It's about 1.5 grams, 2 grams. About right there. Quantity. Special packaging is what that says. It's SP. Special packaging. Which means that this is a sampler pack. It's only got about like 30 in there or something like that. But $5 for 30 rounds, man. Can you beat that? With any kind of personal protection device. Can you beat that? $5 for 30 freaking rounds. Just for comparison, 9mm. You guys out there that buy 9mm, go ahead and tell me down in the old commentators, how much is 9mm? I swear to you, if I would have bought 9mm ammunition, just ammunition, because I can't have a firearm, can't have freaking any way to discharge it, but if I bought that ammunition, I'll be a rich man right now. 100%. I'd be able to demand whatever the fuck I want, because ain't nobody got 9mm. So, self-defense rounds for dirt cheap. And yes, I would put my fucking faith in a 25 caliber. Because, that's a whooping right there. Now, what do we have here? 250 HS .250 HS HPDB 29 300. This means 25 caliber, hunting special. It's the hunting round that they make, the one that's actually the best out of my Hudson. It's 29 grain. Hollow point, dish base, 29 grain, 300 count. You can see that all up here too. Okay? And yeah, it's either hunting specialty or hollow point slug, according to Nielsen. I'm not 100% sure which way they went with that. Now, let's take a look by comparison. Oh, and quick warnings. Warning, this product contains lead, a chemical that is known to cause cancer. Do not cause cancer and birth defects. Do not place product in mouth. Do not put hands in mouth after handling product. Wash hands after handling. Now, why do they say that? A lot of folks think that it only takes a little bit of lead to cause poisoning. The reality is it takes quite a bit. However, lead is accumulative, which means that the more exposure you have, the more lead is in your system, because it's difficult for your body to get rid of. It can be done, your body does it naturally, but in very minute amounts. Very minute. It's like sodium to your body. So to replace it, you have to eat a lot of salt. So it's probably best not to breathe it in. It's best to wash your hands. It's best to follow the warnings. Okay? Best. So, let's take a look at the difference between these two slugs up close and personal right here. You can see that. One's slightly longer than the other one, but the one that's slightly longer has also got a wider opening to it than the 29 grain. Very strange configuration there. If you'll notice, the 29 grain doesn't have as wide of an opening. And it's not as deep. These are minutely heavier. Okay? That's why I wanted these ones, because I want to be able to say, okay, I'm using the lightest possible round in my self-defense weapon, so that it can project it at enough speed to be able to have that impetuous. Okay? Still a slug. It's still a heavy slug by comparison to, you know, a 17 caliber pellet. So that's what we're working with here, guys. Big old heavy slugs for a PPD. That's what this is all about. Because I want you to be able, not necessarily have to, but say you don't like guns, like a friend of mine actually doesn't like all the stinky powder and explosion and loud noise and kabang and all that. I mean, I love it. I love the noise because it just tells you you've got so much raw power in your hands. So, in all reality, I love the sound of a gun. I'm not a big fan of the smell, alright? I'm not a big fan of the fact that you can hit an animal with a firearm and then hit somebody's house after you've put a bullet through that animal at almost 800 yards away. Through their house. And that's why I'm kind of about guns more, or about firearms more than just, oh, well, I'm previously a felon at one time, and then we got that knocked down because it wasn't actually me being felonious, it was me being freaking righteous. And so the judge said, no, not for that. No. That's the quick way into the shit can for our country. Let's not do that. I like that judge. I actually kind of do. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a big fan of anybody who judges another man. Ever. Alright? You judge another person, that means that you yourself are worthy of judgment. I don't like to judge others, except based on facts and logic. And that's the way I would rather be judged. Facts, logic, and reason, rather than fantasy and emotion, which is what they tried to go after me on. It was fantasy and emotion. It's not going to be fantasy now, but it won't be emotion either. Because see, the thing is I won't use these except for hunting. I won't use these except to defend myself or to test my pistol. So, as it were, I just got off of the phone with Walther-Umarex, okay, about like 10 minutes ago. Big news, okay? Before, it was a situation of I was trying to purchase the AIRGUN, and they were going to send it out to me within 10 days sort of thing, Well, the purchase never posted on the first time. So I gave them benefit of the doubt. All right, guys, let's get it to post, okay? And then I'll get off the phone with y'all and we can have ourselves a good old day and work together and get this right. Well, it failed to post, but it showed it posted. Something tells me they got a bug in their electronicums doobly-doo thingy. Their little compluter. Their common polluter decided that, okay, well, it hasn't shipped yet, but I'm going to show these fuckers that I'm posting it, but I'm not going to post it. And, Warehouse and whatnot, they're going to just do their own thing. So one of the guys there who heard about this and was like, dude, I've got a buddy who does something with the 43 caliber one, and what you're saying, I believe you could do it. I want to see it get done. And I was like, dude, I'm all about that. I want to see it get done. I want it to be done. Like, really want it to be done, because I won't say I'm scared. That's dumb. I'm not scared. I'm not a scaredy person. I don't get scared. Okay? I have fear, yeah, but it's like the kind of fear where you almost brush it off because it's an emotion that you should not be feeding into. Maybe that's a little bit more fear, like adrenaline. I'll call it adrenaline. I feel adrenaline when my life is at threat. So I get a huge adrenaline surge and I'm not scared of anything and I can take it like a man. I can go on into anything. Fear nothing, Guardsman on motto, fear no man. Well, this instance, I'm not afraid that I'm going to get shot. I know that there are people with that intention that want to possibly kill me because I represent a free and honest society. That is exactly what I represent. Me personally, a free, independent, honest man. I represent a free, independent, and honest society. And that is why I am going to the absolute end of my wits to try and make it so that, okay, you can't have a firearm. You still have a right to defend yourself. You're a human being, and you are an American. You have a right given by God No man can take that from you. So if you can't have a firearm because men can take firearms from you, well, you can have an air gun. And that air gun is going to be just as lethal, which means you need to be just as responsible. Okay? That's the whole build up to what's coming. Now, like we saw before, the big old barrel, 25 cal, okay? And I've looked up what the this little mark right here is on the barrel. Let's see if I can get this without too much on the there, yeah, that little mark right next to the 2.5. This mark right here is actually Lothar-Walther's proofing mark. It means that this came from Lothar-Walther. So I was wrong about the louvers, okay? About louver, which is a way of saying caliber. So I was wrong about that, but I was right about that, but I was wrong about it being on here. Okay? So please don't take that the wrong way. I apologize for my goofball fucking mistake. Okay? But Lothar-Walther are the makers of this barrel. You can order this barrel and, you know, a lot of different stuff, for that matter, for air guns, from Lothar-Walther Industries. They're Lothar-Walther Precision Tool. I think it's corporation or incorporated. Precision Tools. Lothar-Walther Precision Tools. That's where you can get this. Okay? You can get these from Nielsen Specialty Ammo.com. Okay? I'm not sponsored by these guys. The Lothar-Walther and Nielsen, they're not sponsoring me on this. Okay? This is the big news that I wanted to get to you guys on because it's important to me. The first sponsor of a video for the Guardsman channel turns out to be a gentleman named Connor from the service department at Walther-Umarex. He is being a gentleman because of the fiasco that I've already been through and is paying for the pistol. He is paying to send the pistol to me, paying for the pistol's price. Thank you very much, Connor. You are doing a righteous deed, brother. That is good business. That is fucking excellent business. And I'm proud of you. Very. Because in a country where our economy is going to the absolute turd pile, what our economy was originally based off of may be what pulls us out of the frying pan, out of the fire, and sticks us on the platter. You know, actually makes it so that you're not still sizzling there. You see my point? This guy really wants to see this made. I will really want to see this made. And so he reached out after when I was calling. I called in to the place and I said, what's going on? Why is my account, I got my money back? I don't have any receipt. What's going on? Guys, did you cancel the order? And they're like, no, Mr. Price, we did not cancel the order. We did not cancel the order. I was like, yes! Wait, what? But my money and, this and that and the bank and... Turns out they're sponsoring a video. Because they're sending me a product for free. So, at this point, this series is now sponsored by Walther-Umarex. Y'all, thank you very much. I love when people are willing to go and take that extra step to say, you know what, this guy's got a great idea. We've seen ideas like this come to fruition, and they work. They actually work. Like the 43 caliber version of what I'm making shoots rubber balls or paintballs or pepper balls. Okay? So it's like a little training apparatus. It's made for training for the real thing, for holding the actual firearm. Now, what I'm making is the little brother to that firearm, but the big brother, sorta, to the AIRGUN training pistol, which is mind-blowing to some people because you say, oh, well, it's a 43 caliber. How could that little 25 be the big brother to it? Here's the difference. Lawfully speaking, the 43 caliber is not a lethal weapon. That 43 caliber is not a lethal weapon. Less than lethal is what it is actually registered as. Less than lethal. Not less lethal, but less than lethal. Means it will cause bodily harm. It will cause injury. But it can't kill you. Wow. So the reason why this one is the big brother happens to be because it's lethal. Not because it's a bigger caliber or more potent, or more powerful of a caliber. No. Happens to be because you're shooting lead. You're not shooting plastic or rubber. Big difference. So, actually the 17 caliber would be the big brother to the 43 caliber. Funny enough. Just because of the way that that pistol is made. 17 caliber will still penetrate flesh. 43, you could get hit with that rubber ball and it'll leave a big old freaking bruise. Like big around as your palm. Bruise on you. But it will not penetrate the skin. And that's not wearing clothes that will do that. Okay? So let's look at this realistically. 17 caliber won't penetrate very much through clothing. It'll still penetrate some clothing. Okay? And then that's an honest to God truth. Now, I don't like it when people say, oh, well, pellet guns are stupid because... No. If that's all you can have, aim here. Right there on the instep of the eyeball. Softest point, the pellet will follow. Okay? It's the point of precision shooting. Just so that you can put that pellet where you want it to go. Now, like I said, instep of the eye, the inner orbital, okay, the tear duct, those go right back to behind your nasal pharyngeal cavity, which is about this, that thick between the oculus and the orbital cortex. There we go. This part of your brain right here. That's actually right back here. Starts right back here and goes up. All right. Because all of this is actually sinus. I don't know if you guys know that. All of this up here is just huge sinuses. So yeah. Like I said, your brain actually starts this far behind your eyeball. It's not very far. You could kill a man with a 17 caliber. Honest to God truth. I'm not suggesting that anybody go out and do anything stupid, dangerous, harmful, or unlawful. What I am saying is that a 17 caliber pellet pistol can kill. Never, ever, ever play with that thing like it's a toy. It's not. Okay? An air gun can kill. Doesn't have to be some fancy firearm to kill somebody. It just has to make a hole with enough energy that it destroys tissue. Well, ain't that some shit? See, I got shot in the face with a 22. Hit me here and went all the way this far. 22 caliber pellet. Okay? You look behind my ear, you can see, well, sometimes, you can see a little scar right there. And they took that pellet out from behind my jaw. Let you know that those pellets will not stop just because they hit your bone. They'll go through it. Now, it's only a 22. So, think about this, people. Really think about this. Just a pellet. Okay? Just a pellet. Not a slug like what I'm designing this for, but a pellet did that much damage. To the point where that's the most I could smile on that side. See, my eye doesn't crease. Can't smile. Like, really smile. So people think that I'm crazy or being, some lunatic fuck. And the reality is that I'm not, okay? I just have a really beat the fuck up head. Alright? People used to say, oh, you're an egghead. Let's see if your face shatters like an eggshell. Those are the people why I'm designing this. Okay? That's why. Because I have been constantly, since I was a little kid, threatened, beaten up, and even left for dead. That's why this is so important to me. Because, let me put it to you this way. An 8-year-old, legally speaking, as long as they have a adult supervising them, can utilize this air gun by themselves. Lawfully. Now with a firearm, even if it's a pistol, Dad's got to be standing right fucking there. Dad's got to make sure that you are following 100%. And Dad's got to be making sure that if you fuck up once, that pistol's out of your hand. You're gone. You're done. You're off the range. If you fuck up once, even if it's, your first time mistake, you're off the range. Because you cannot make that mistake and have a firearm and be a child. Because you'll get your dad in trouble. Or your mom or whoever takes you to the range, okay? That's my point. If you're like me and you're an uncle and you take, your nieces and nephews to the range or whatever, good on you, man, because you motherfuckers are awesome. Good on you. If you're like my mom and the mere sight of a firearm or an air gun or a fucking blow dart gun or a fucking squirt gun offends you, why the fuck are you still watching? Secondly, I know why my mom is watching this video. That's fine. I know that one. But why are you watching this? Because we're talking about self-defense. We're talking about using a lethal weapon, which is lawful for everyone to carry. That's what we're talking about here. So, if guns offend you, the fuck on. And it doesn't matter either way because you've sat through fucking 30 minutes of my video. I mean, thank you very much. But, like I said, the collab is getting bigger. It is extending. And, the guys at Walther-Umarex, round of applause for y'all. Round of applause. You guys are awesome. You are doing what, I would expect of a businessman. This is what I expect of a businessman. This is what I would do as a business. Okay? We fucked up twice. Let us fix it. I'm being reasonable as a consumer, all right? I said, yeah, let me pay for it. It's all right. No, sir, you don't understand. Because there's so much wrong with what happened with your order, we're sending it out for free. Why, gentlemen, thank you very much. And I do not mean this as insult, so please take it correctly this time. Bless you. Amen. I wish the best for y'all. And I hope to see that thing show up on the front doorstep, because you know what? One could have used it just this last week in LA. Boy, I didn't want to get out my truck. And I got a real truck gun. I got freaking police that were wanting me to get out of the truck and help people out. And I did get out of the truck. I'm just saying. It was one of those things where I recognized the danger and I didn't want to go through it because I didn't have proper protection to be able to dissuade that danger. Sure, I got body armor. Sure, I got a rifle. A rifle is not as quick in reaction as a pistol. Firearms 101. A pistol is far more reactive than a rifle is. Meaning that if I have to draw my pistol, this long-barreled son of a bitch has to come all the way up to my chest before I can then pull out. And then I've got one shot to make it count. And then it's only a 22. Whereas with that Umarex, I can come out really quickly from almost at the hip. Come to my ready. You see my fingers out of the bullet flinger there? Keep your fucking bullet picker off the bullet flinger until you're ready to fling some lead. Finger